Hello viewers, my name is Raza and I am PhD student of economics. I am going to present my paper. The title is Do African Developing Countries Gain from Greenfield Investment? What other can learn? Well, the first part is the introduction. Firms invest in two modes of foreign direct investment. That is the greenfield investment or merger and acquisition. Greenfield investment or greenfield foreign direct investment projects for world increased with 7% from 645 billion US dollar in 2012 to 8 to 8 billion US dollar in 2016. With investment in primary sector, greenfield investment is about 54 billion US dollar. According to Stepmark 2015 studies, those companies which invest in greenfield investment are the most productive ones. Developed countries invest in the form of greenfield investment in developing countries, due to which the income gap between developed and developing countries decreases. According to Mayer 2003 studies, Greenfield FDI contributes to increase growth and investment as new productions are introduced, but also aids to firms' efficiency through the creation of employment. According to Kim 2009 studies, Greenfield FDI is considered as a tool to increase the capital to existing stock of the host country capital and productivity. Before 2004, there was no solid greenfield investment data, but in 2004, Calderon et al. Defined greenfield investment as the differences between total FDI inflow and total merger and acquisition sales. Later on, this data was then adopted by the Huang and Wu in 2009, followed by the Hums and Mu 2011 studies. This is the chart of the flow of greenfield FDI in US billions dollar to the world, to the developing economies, to the developed economies, and Africa. Uh, One can see there is a sharp decline in the greenfield investment after 2015, especially to the whole world and then to the developed economies. So objectives of this study is to assess the greenfield investment effect on the socio-economic development of developing African countries, to investigate the greenfield investment effect on economic growth of developing African countries, to analyze the greenfield investment effect on health of developing African countries, to explore the greenfield investment effect on education of developing African countries. So these are the four objectives that I have assessed in this study. Literature is the third part of this study. The pioneer study is conducted by Moon et al. In 2003, and the author found positive relationship between brownfield FDI and economic growth of China, South Africa, and Hong Kong. Then in 2008, Nito et al. Investigated the sample of 53 developed and developing countries and found greenfield investment spur economic growth for both developed and developing countries. Further, merger and acquisition has negative relationship with the economic growth of developing countries. Then in 2011, Harms and Mu worked on a sample of 48 low-income and middle-income countries using GMM estimator, and they come with the conclusion of that there is a positive impact of greenfield investment on economic growth both for low and middle-income countries. Then in 2014, Ashraf Choose a sample of 153 developed and developing countries using GMM estimation technique and claim positive impact of Greenfield FDI on economic growth. Then in 2016, Lu assessed the sample of emerging developing country of sample of emerging countries using two-step GMM estimator and found positive relationship between greenfield and economic growth. The latest study is conducted by the Bakar et al. In 2019 worked on the SAARC and ASEAN countries and found that greenfield and merger and acquisition has polluted the environment, but greenfield FDI has also spurred the economic growth. So these are the variables that I have used in this study, which is the greenfield investment, remittances, foreign aid, education, health, standard of living, human development index, trade openness, inflation, and population. This is the methodology that I have used in this study. I have taken the time series data from 1998 to 2017 and a sample of 31 developing African countries are chosen. IM-Pessaran and Shin test is used for unit root testing, while system GM estimator, which is introduced by Bundle and Bond in 1990s, is applied for the final result analysis. So this is the model. Actually, four models are used in this study. The model for the economic growth, the model for the health, the model for the education, and the model for the whole socio-economic indicator, and for which I have used the proxy of the HDI Human Development Index. So these are the results, the descriptive statistics results. The next is the unit root results of the different variables used in this study, and these are the final results. The first model is about the socio-economic development and greenfield FDI. So if we look to the first column, we have here the HDI, which is the constant and leg of the HDI, along with the greenfield investment, remittances, and ODA. If we can look to the second, third, and fourth column, the value of the greenfield investment increases. So it means that by the addition of the control variables, there is a good impact of greenfield investment on the socio-economic development. The same case is with the second model, which is about the impact of greenfield investment on economic growth, and the viewers can also observe that there is an improvement of the greenfield investment indicator on the economic growth by adding more of the control variables in the second, third, and fourth column. This is the model, the impact of greenfield investment on health, and the same is the case is with this model as well, that greenfield investment efficiency increases, its value increases by adding more control variables like trade openness, population, and inflation. Same is the case with the model of the education, and we can also observe there is a great improvement of the greenfield investment indicator by adding more of the control variables. So I would conclude this session that there is a good impact of greenfield investment on the socio-economic development and its indicators like the health, education, and economic growth. So it means that the greenfield investment is necessary, and the country can get a lot of benefits from this greenfield investment. Thank you. I would like to see for your suggestions. Thank you so much.